Rolf Kurtyka with Brightwood Real Estate Education. Let's talk about real estate rights. Now we know that real estate is the land plus its appurtenances. And the appurtenances include improvements, rights, interests, and fixtures. Let's dig down a little bit into the rights that we get when we own real estate. Well, three major categories: land rights, ownership rights, and government rights. And actually, our land rights and our ownership rights are subject to the government rights. If you're looking for a hierarchy, we would have put government rights first in this list because we own property subject to those government rights, and that's spelled out in the Constitution. That's just the way it is. Breaking down land rights, three major categories, and we've got some other videos that'll go deeper into each one of these. But for now, let's just take a look at these land rights. I've got the rights to the space above my head, the air rights. Now, my air rights end at a certain level set by the government, and that can differ depending on where you live. Perhaps if you're closer to an airport or further away from the airport. The government controls the airspace. But we have air rights that extend up to that threshold, up to that limit. And again, that just differs from place to place, wherever you might be. Surface rights. We have the right to use the surface within the land use prescriptions that are defined by government rights. So we can build upon it, we can enjoy it, we can improve it, we can plow it and plant it as long as we're following the zoning requirements for that surface. And then the subsurface rights. Very interesting area of study, especially when you get to mineral rights. But our land rights include air rights, surface rights, and subsurface rights. Again, we've got other videos about those, especially the one on mineral rights. You might be interested in that one. Rights of ownership. You ever heard the term a bundle of rights? If any study of real estate is not complete unless you talk about the bundle of sticks or the bundle of rights that we get when we own real estate. Right to possess, the right to transfer it, the right to control it. In fact, we've got our own little bundle of rights here. You can see it on this shot. The right to possess the real estate, to use the real estate, to encumber, to dispose of it. I can buy it, I can sell it. I can be exclusive with it, keep out, no trespassing, only these people allowed on my property. The right to enjoy it, the right to use it as I see fit. I can give it away. I can put it in my will. I can give it back to the government. I can put debt on the property. I can mortgage it to get money out of that property. Control it. I can say, here's what's going to happen, and this is what I'm going to do, and no one else can do their other use on this property. License it. License is interesting. License is giving someone permission, not a right, but a permission to use the property. So these and others, example of this bundle of rights. Briefly look at these government rights, and we're going to have other videos that go deeper into these government rights, especially land use controls. It's actually called police power. The right of the government to control how private land is used, police power, land use controls, taxation, obviously property taxes, eminent domain, that's the right of the government to take private land through for public use through a process called condemnation. You've probably heard of that. And the fourth government right is a reversionary right called escheat. That's when we can't figure out who owns the property. Somebody dies without heirs and they didn't leave a will. And the government's reversionary right is the right of escheat. It'll actually revert back to the government. So once again, rights in real estate, land rights, ownership rights, and government rights.